Hello, everybody. We are going to be getting started here shortly. I'm just resharing on Facebook. If you are catching this as a replay, make sure you go to the timestamps because that's where they will all be to go directly to your reading. Be there shortly, guys.
Vibration upgrade in progress. 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 Vibration upgrade at 50%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade at 75%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade is complete. Your messenger has arrived. The show will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initiate.
Well, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing for tonight? I hope you guys are all well. Welcome to another edition of All Signs Love Readings. Tonight we have a special edition, and this edition here is for my singles, and this is the No Ex Edition. So if you are looking specifically for a person to come back, you may want to come back another night, or guys, you can be open to new love and to see what else is out there. Okay. So don't shoot the messenger. This has been something that my singles have been asking for. And well, you asked and you shall receive. But thanks for joining. Don't forget, I'm not just on YouTube. I am also on Twitch. I got my moderators here. Star is on Twitch. Mitzi here is on YouTube, and on Facebook, it's kind of like a free-for-all. So don't be shy. Say hello, whether you're live or watching the replay. Yeah, we're going to get started here soon. Yeah. Hello, Bernadette. Welcome back. Hi, Mitzi. Hello, Papa. Papa, you said you were in Chicago. Yeah, the weather's miserable. You're only 5.5 hours away. Like you can't stop by. You just can't park here, but you can't stop by. Seriously? If you're on your way, we might actually, if we're going, because I'll be on the road on Saturday. I'll be doing holiday road. I'll be going on Saturday through Michigan and cutting through Ohio on the East Coast. So if you're ever on the East Coast, let me know. He says he's on his way. The weather is miserable. Drive safely. Please drive safely. All right, guys. So welcome back, Birdie. How you doing? So you guys ready for tonight? Tonight we have the see what the next lover is. See who your next lover is. Now I can't promise you it's going to be a dream individual because the cards will let you know if it's worth it or not. So consider this as, your forewarning so that you're prepared so that this person looks familiar, and you might have to go back here to this reading and go, you know what, Tanya mentioned this individual. She mentioned that individual into a reading. So don't be shy. If this does actually pan out for you guys, let me know. Come back to the reading and comment on so. But let's get started here. We're going to start off here. I can't believe it, but we are already getting closer and closer to Cancer season, but we are still in the tail end of Gemini season. So happy birthday out to my gems. You guys are going to get the reading first. We do have a goal. We do have a goal that's also set up only on YouTube, guys. It's only on YouTube. But if we get 5 donations tonight, or if you join the membership during the live show, whether it's on YouTube or my website, but if it's on my website, you have to let me know because I will not see it here on stream. But if we get 5 donations tonight, we will unlock another collective bonus here. And we don't know what sign will roll. That's the whole point of it, is we let the dice roll, and we rolled a couple of times. So plenty of times here for you to get additional readings here too. Here we go. Here we go. Gemini is up. We can only hope for a dream, Tanya. She says, yeah, for sure. Right. All right, let's get to it. We're going to start off with Gemini, your energy first. I want to see what the vibe is, though, between the two of you. So let's see how this connection vibes, from the get-go. And then we'll go into what immediately stands out about you, what draws them toward you, and what makes you different from others. And then we'll get into, well, who they are as a person. All right, let's call in our guides, our ancestors, and our ascendant master spirit. Can we hone into my collective, whether they're here watching the live or the replay? Specifically, if we can go into Gemini's energy, who is their next lover? What is the vibe between the two of them? Different worlds. This connection crosses cultures, timelines, or belief systems, and that creates both fascination and friction. So, Gemini, do you like to travel? Or are you an individual here who likes to, well, be around on the internet? You might meet an individual here. It feels like opposites attract. But I also feel like this might be long distance. This might be a long distance connection. It may start digital. It may start online first. Jeez Louise. Thanks, Friskers. He just tried to jump on my lap and he dropped everything next to me. So there's just something here about not seeing necessarily, not seeing necessarily in the same area. Okay. Yeah, Friskers just knocked everything over. Let's see what this person's, how they view you right now. What immediately stands out about you, what they notice first when they encounter you. Remember, no reversals on initial story play here. Ooh, you look like a winner. You are commitment. This is an individual here who thinks that you're hubby or wifey material. You may be an individual here who's very independent. You could, Gemini, be very established. You may even have, you might have, family being like children. You don't have to, but there's just something here about you being established, very work-oriented, business-oriented. You may have Earth in your chart, but they just see you as someone here who's very practical and hubby or wifey material right off the bat. All right. What draws them to you? Oh, the star. How vulnerable you are. How forgiving you are. The two of you may clash a little bit with belief systems, but I think it's more of a cultural thing. But this is also something here of understanding, being seen, being validated. You light up a room, Gemini. When you enter, you light up a room, and it doesn't even matter if it's a chat room. This person here sees you as an individual who's very authentic and has been through some kind of, obviously journey of healing, but you're through it. So you're getting attention here. The attention is on you. So it's not just this individual here that sees you being attractive, whether it's physically or intellectually. I feel like you're a full package for this person. That's the way they view you. But I think that this person also thinks that you may have other individuals who are interested in you as well. What makes you different from others, primarily other people that they've dated, or what makes you different, Gemini? Two of Cups. You know what? What makes you different is that when you are established in a relationship, I don't feel like this person here, and we're going to get to know who this individual is, but I don't feel like they've really fully had a long-term partner that has been there for them through thick and thin. So how you are different is you are very affectionate, understanding, a really good listener, and even when there is debate or when there's differences, there's understanding. So this is how different you are, is that you understand this individual, or you at least try to. You ask questions. Hey, Kitty. Welcome. Good to see you. Guys, make sure you check out Kitty Love Tarot. I love your channel. You have great energy. I love it. You have really good energy. Gemini, how are they showing up? Reversals are now up. You know how reversals show up here on my channel. This will affect them. How are they showing up? What makes them attractive, and their current state here for you, Gemini. We have the Eight of Cups here reversed. So this is an individual here that you actually may be circling already. Like I said, I feel it's more friendship based. I do believe that this individual here has left a connection, but it's like coming back around. But you've never dated this individual, obviously, because this is new love. What makes them attractive here? With the Five of Cups here reversed, look at that. They don't blame their ex. Oh my God, it's so hot. They don't blame their ex. They take accountability. There's that Two of Cups energy here with it reverse. And the reason that the two of you connect is that you both have been through some massive healing. Some of you have both. I feel like it's both of you who may have tried to return to an ex, or at least return to see an understanding or different perspective of what makes you happy. And this individual, they look at their past as something that allowed them to grow. I mean, it's just very attractive for you because there's understanding here of like, hey, I just want to be happy. I don't wish my ex bad or anything like that. You know, there's hurt here for sure, but they don't blame them. The current state here is a Six of Pentacles. I told you, friendship, deep friendship. So I don't know if you guys are meeting online. I feel like you're meeting online. Could be even a live chat like this. Could be a community of some sort. Some of you, this is work related. It could be work related, but I do feel the exchange here starts off with friendship, debating kind of energy. I do feel like this person likes to debate a little bit, but I feel like there's a cultural difference between you and this person. All right, let's see what it feels like to be with them. What does it feel like, Spirit, when Gemini and this individual connect? Here we go. We have the Three of Wands. The Four of Cups reversed. Awesome. And we have the Queen of Swords here reversed. You know, you two are going to like to, this is one of those things where it's going to be kiss and make up, but there's going to be understanding. You will trigger this person. You will trigger this individual. I also feel like this is a long distance relationship here, but this person here is going to be willing to go the distance to meet up with you, to travel with you, especially if you like to travel. But here's the thing, and this is really key here for you because this comes in play with here. This Four of Cups energy here is an individual here who still gets triggered because of their ex, and they may kind of overreact to it. But I do feel, and it could go both ways, but I do feel there's understanding here with this individual. They're not going to want to miss an opportunity. This is a person here who will come back around and apologize. All right. This is almost something here where if they are, mopey, I see it's almost like you're handing them a cup, like, are you over it now? Gemini, I feel like this is your energy here. You detach from it. You're not taking it personally, but you mean business. If they're going to keep acting that way, you are going to put them in their place. And they like that about you. I do feel like I'm talking to a pretty established Gemini. You may be a business owner yourself. Let's see what the green flags and the caution card is. What is the green flag and the caution card here? Green flag, no reversals. That's that Five of Cups energy, and this is just giving reference to this, all right? That mopiness about the disappointments of the past is an individual here who does come back around to you. Here it is, the Two of Cups. So the green flag here is they will feel guilty or shameful if they overreact or if they bring something in place here where they may have been triggered. Okay, you got a lot of fives here, massive changes. It's not going to be like one of those things that, are going to be, I don't know how to say this, walking around in the tulips, all happy and sugar-coated. This is something here where this relationship is going to take work. The other thing is with the Wheel of Fortune here, this is Spirit reminding you, this is completely on divine timing. The Spirit is asking you here to not only travel the path here, but be open by taking different pathways when you unite with this individual. That means the two of you, if you want to keep this relationship going, is to find ways to make this exciting. That is travel, that is connection. This is the part here where the two of you can work together. All right. That's what I have here for you, Gemini. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community where you have access to the entire vault, or you can join the YouTube for premiere access. We're going to move on to Cancer. Cancer is up. Cancer is up. How are your I saw you had renovations going on, Kitty. Cancer. Crab legs. Mitzi's like, crab legs. Let's see if Cancer has any good love. Good luck with that. I feel like there's so any kind of renovations on the house is so rewarding at the end, but to get there is so much work and it's daunting, especially if it's one thing if you're doing it on your own. It's another thing when you have a contractor in because you're on their time. It's never your time, it's their time. All right, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Spirit, what's going on here? What is the love vibe between Cancer and this new lover? New lover. It's going to be like, oh, an open relationship. An open relationship isn't for the faint-hearted. Set clear rules, communicate, and be respectful of boundaries. Explore with care. All right, so this isn't going to be one of those relationships where it's commitment right off the bat. Some of you are gonna be like, pass. No, some people are okay with that, but I do feel that this is going to be one of those connections where you don't want to put something to it. You don't want to establish it yet, or this person doesn't. It could go both ways. There's other people in this picture. Let's see how they view you. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. What immediately stands out about you, Cancer? Two of Wands. You got your options open. Maybe it's you who's got the Cancer. Maybe it's you who has, more than one lover here. Maybe you're here listening because you are entertaining the past still and wanting to see what else is out there. Maybe you're in rebound energy. But if you're not, the way this person views you is having your options open. There's something here that you absolutely have a target on. It may not be this person that you're targeted on, but they see you as someone here who's very adventurous, a go-getter. What draws them to you? What draws them to Cancer? Ooh. Oh, so this is going to start off as Cancer's getting some booty. I feel like for you, this is a very physical, attractive kind of relationship. You two hit it off very well. But there's affection that draws this individual in. So physically, it's going to be in the kiss. It's going to be in the touching. That they just love the openness of you. Okay, so this is a person here who's going to be infatuated with the physicalities of this connection. That's what draws them. Lust. What makes you different from others? Oh, Three of Swords. Grief. You hold your grief differently. You're an individual here who holds your grief differently. So maybe you are a Cancer who likes to have a good time, right? But you're not looking for something so serious. We all have needs. I get it. But how they see you differently is the way you process grief. You're open about it, and it's left a mark on you. But you are moving forward. You are moving on. So I do feel like there is a little bit of ex energy, but it doesn't necessarily mean you want the ex back. It's just maybe your focus may be on specifically the stability here, the home, moving forward about your needs and desires. Maybe you're just looking for some companionship, but this person wants more. I feel strongly this person's going to want more. All right. Reversals are now up. Let's see how they're showing up, what makes them attractive, and their current state. Spirit, how are they showing up here for Cancer? Judgment. This is going to be a person here who gets you out of the cage. Especially if you are someone here who is a hard worker, an individual here who says, nah, I'm done with being married. I don't know. I almost feel like a Cancer who doesn't want to be married again, wants companionship more than anything. But if you do want to be married, you take a relationship serious. But for you, how they're showing up is an individual that gets you kind of back into the field, the playing again, right? What makes them attractive? Oh my God, shut up. The Emperor, red may be something significant, could be showing up as an Aries. So this is not a bum. This is not a bum. This is an individual here who provides. They're mature. This isn't going to be Cancer. If you're looking for a young individual or you got the cougar in you, sorry, this is not going to be that. This is going to be an older individual, all right? Mature. And I mean, maybe I wouldn't say anything below 35. All right. This is a person here who's established. They got their shit together. They're not reversed. All right. But I also feel like this person's very passionate. And their physical, I feel like their love language is going to be physical touch here. Okay. Physical touch. But that's very attractive, is that they're established, they're mature, they're all 4 kings in one. They may have children. Manager, born leader. This isn't an individual here who's broke. You know, they have an ego on them. I almost feel this energy of an individual who's like, I get what I want kind of energy. Their current state here, 9 of Swords. You know, I feel like this individual, I feel like you have your options. And if it's not another individual and it's just an option of singlehood, you make this person nervous because of, well, I'm seeing the Swords energy here because of this heartbreak. And this is something here where an individual may feel that you don't want it to proceed anything more into commitment. Okay. I do feel like this is an individual who does actually want commitment with you down the road. They're not an individual here who would two-time you. Welcome, Claire. Welcome, Max Media on Twitch. Thanks for being here. What does it feel like to be with this individual? Oh my God. This card makes me laugh. Every time I see this card, it just makes me absolutely laugh. You know, go lucky, not sure what I'm doing. It's got a corgi behind, optimistic. This person's going to get you out of your shell. This is an individual here that I feel is going to be very playful, youthful. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of push and pull of not wanting to really make this into something full on commitment right off the bat, which, you know, I can see why, because you have the 3 of Swords energy here. You may just be set in your ways. Let's see what energy they're going to bring to your life and what they're hoping this could be here. With the 5 of Pentacles here, through thick and thin, this is an individual that will be everlasting. This is not a person here who's going to leave you out in the cold. All right. If you are out in the cold, they are out in the cold. Period. All right. This is what this person here is bringing in this table here, is that when you feel the loss, when you feel the rejection, this person here is like, I'm here. I got you. We're going to figure this out together. This may be a very established Cancer who does not like that kind of attention because they may have been burnt out before, lost before. But what they bring to your life here is that through thick and thin, they got you. What are they hoping this will become when this connection comes in place? With the King of Pentacles here, reverse. So this is a person here who's going to hope, because I do feel like this is your energy that they're looking at, is that you could be a person here who's very established or a hard worker, or that's what you are, a careerist. But there's just something here about leaning more onto this individual. They don't want you to be so independent that you don't feel like you can trust them. This is an individual here who's like, hey, I'm a sugar daddy. If you want to be a sugar daddy or sugar mama, I'm okay with it, but we can lean on each other. So their perspective here is you're a hard worker, but man, they would really like some alone time with you. All right. Advice for you when you meet this individual and what to consider. What can be trusted and appreciated here? Listen, when this comes in place, it's because you are letting loose. You may meet this individual while you are literally working, because I feel like, or on your way to work. I feel like this is for a Cancer who's a go-getter. All right. But whatever this connection is, it's going to be worth going off the beaten path. All right. So be open to that with this individual. Explore it. But also be wary, because we're going to see what the red flag is. There's an open relationship here about not wanting to establish it. Communication is going to have to be very thorough with this individual. You're going to have to be extremely assertive with this person. Again, they're showing up as the emperor. They do not like games. So if you do have boundaries or something needs to be revisited, set it right from the get-go if you are interested. This is not an individual here you want to play games with, or this is a person here who would cut, put it that way. They don't like that. All right, that's what I have for you, Cancer. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Good luck with that connection if it happens. We're going to move on to Leo. Leo, my lions are up. Yes, we have a goal going on, guys. If we hit our target goal, whether we get memberships, whether we get super chats, or the goal on YouTube. Sorry, guys, on Facebook and on Twitch. This is on YouTube, but you get to benefit from it. If we reach 5 tonight, we will unlock the collective bonus with the faded dice. We don't know what the dice are going to roll. That's the whole point of it. Leo is up. Thanks, Star, for announcing when individuals are in, because I don't see them in the chat. I only see it in the live chat thing. But I'm glad you're there on Twitch. I don't want to miss people jumping in. It's just like the title, so on point. Well, happy you're here. This was a requested title. Thank you, Kitty, for the donation. Kitty started it off. We are 4 away. 4 away now from unlocking the collective bonus. Leo, let's see what your next lover is like, what the vibe's going to be like. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's going to be like with this individual? Let's make it a little bit clearer, Spirit, so Leo can be prepared. Oh, the two of you are going to be on the same page right off the bat. Well, isn't that nice? Isn't that different? You want the same thing, and you're both showing up accordingly. You're aligned emotionally and energetically. So right off the bat, the two of you are going to be very clear that you're both interested. I feel like it's mutual. With this book here, I don't know if you're a book nerd, but if you're not, I just feel like this person is very intellectual. There's something here about deep discussions. This is an individual here that I feel, Leo, you can have those late night discussions with, and then you kind of lose time. And you're like, what time is it? Where did the time go? All right, let's see what immediately stands out about you, what they're thinking about, what they notice first when they encounter you. Number, no reversals. Ooh. You're a little nervous? Little nervous. I don't know, maybe because it's the first date. There's something I feel in regards. This feels like more like a first date. Maybe the first date doesn't go necessarily the best. But they notice how nervous you are. You are a little bit held back on what you want to say. It's like the first thing that they notice here is that I don't know, there's a quiet side about you. There's that quietness. I feel like librarian there's something here about being quiet, being shy. And that's interesting for Leo. But maybe there's something here about how you come off as shy or quiet because, you know, I don't know. There's just, I keep seeing this as a picture of a first date. What draws them to you? Community, friendship. You guys have mutual friends. You guys got some mutual friends. Kitty's a loudmouth. Mutual friends here. So this person here is drawn to you actually by others. I feel almost someone says you need to come and meet my friend. But you, Leo, may be nervous about this encounter. Maybe someone's trying to set you up. That's probably why you're at a loss for words. But there's mutual people between the two of you. What makes you different from others? I feel like you already know this person. You know what? Maybe this person, because if there's mutual friends here, this could be an individual who knows you have been out of a really rocky relationship. You've changed. So this person is curious about how you've changed. Interesting. Because if this is what draws them to it, they may not be used to this side of you. That's transformation. So you've changed. This person is seeing a different perspective of you. They didn't consider you before. Or they may have just heard about you through others. All right, reversals are now up. Let's see how they're showing up, what makes them attractive in their current state here with this connection when you guys meet up. I told you it's through friends. It's through mutual friends. You can't make that up. I really feel like whatever this is, it has to do with, hey, you should really get to know, Leo, and, this person may go, I know Leo. And you're like, oh no, they're different. They're single now or something. And this person's like, wait, what? What? Look at all these threes. So 3 together, all of these threes tell me this is collaboration, teamwork, mutuality, friendship. This is a person here who feels like they're coming out of town, or the way that you two may have passed through, you pass by each other, but something here where they did not recognize that you were single. I think that this individual here is curious how much you've changed. There's something in regards to your ascension. But I do feel that this is a person here. What's attractive about them is they're a person here who gets you out of your comfort zone. This is a person here who may like to travel. I do feel like this person I don't know. I feel like they almost have a sales job or a job that, it has to do with a really long commute. This could be a commuter kind of job for this individual, but they are established. But they also like to have a good time. They like to have fun. Family is important to them. So are friendships, obviously. Current state here. Look at this. 10 of Swords. So interesting enough, the way this person is introduced or reintroduced to you is because, they've been through a massive heartbreak. But this heartbreak they have left on, I think this person got cheated really badly. This left a mark on this individual. They may have entirely moved. I don't know. It almost feels like they either move back, maybe back to your area, or they're traveling into town to get away. I do feel like they've been single for quite some time, but this is something here where that last relationship, however they got cheated out on, it hurt them. It hurt them big time. Both of you have been through this. Yeah. Not that needs to attract you to in like a trauma bond or anything, but I feel like that's really important to know that this person is single. They don't like cheaters. This person here has been cheated on, and I feel like this Leo has been cheated on, or at least cheated out. What's it going to feel like to be with them? Not just more on one date here. Look at this. This is the 3 of Swords. The both of you are going to be processing grief. God, look at all of these 3s. Like there's so many 3s here. I just feel like there's a deep friendship that forms out of this. I don't feel like this is going to be a quick romance. I feel like this is going to be a relationship where it's like we're both healing. We're both going through grief. I don't want to start anything right off the bat see where this goes. I just feel this energy here of just taking your time with this. This is going to be a slow burner. This is going to be a slow burner. What energy here do they bring in your life? The Four of Swords here reverse. The only thing about this individual is that I think that you're a person here who likes your comfort zone. And this is an individual here. You see the Three of Swords? You see this? They may have some issues here or get triggered by their past, whether it's you or them, where they have a tough time really opening up. And I feel like this openness here, I'm just, again, on this Three of Swords, has to do with still recovering from a really bad ex. So this is a person here where you may be on the same page and interested in one another, but it's going to be it's a slow burner. This is a slow burner relationship here. It's going to start off with friendship first, which is a good thing anyway, I think. What are they hoping that this will become here with you? Here we go. Here we go. All right, a new shot. I do feel like there is travel involved with this individual. You know, this is a person here who's got to put effort into this connection if they truly want to deepen this to more than just friendship. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult in the beginning with this person, but I think you'll both be on the same page of what you can offer and what this person can offer, which is kind of a nice thing. Don't you go up there, Friskers. Come down. Sorry. Kitty cat's trying to get in the table. Green flag here. Remember, oh gosh, this keeps coming up here for the advice cards here. Take your time with this. You know, this is a relationship here that may be more like a rebound for you, Leo. If it's not something you want to be in the energy, this is this person who's going to try. But again, I don't think it's going to go really far if this person here is consistently thinking about the past, or if you are too. I do like that the both of you are on the same page as to where you want to start this off with, which is let's give it a shot. Let's date. Let's get to know each other. But again, there's that wishy-washy energy here. I just feel like there's an ex energy still here, whether it's you or this person. So that's the only thing. But I don't think it's about this person wanting to return to the past. It's about the heartache of what this past person has done to them. All right. So that's kind of something where I feel you may have to weigh your options here, because no one wants to be compared to that in that level. All right. That's what I got here for you, Leo. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Good luck with that. And we're going to move on to Virgo. Virgo is up. Yeah, three's a crowd. I actually don't read. I know a lot of tarot readers read certain cards as third party energy. I don't do that. I'm a pretty traditional tarot reader. But I mean, everybody reads a little bit differently, and that's why I respect readers. I don't even read reversals traditionally, because I read the reversals in the uprights, you know, but I use them to mark my readings. That's the fun part, right? Hey, welcome back, gun guy. Thank you, Kitty. I'm so happy you're here. I have always tried to catch your lives, but I always end up catching your replays. So I will make sure that I will try to catch one of your lives next time I see you on. Hey, Max, welcome back. Three of Cups, I read as friendship going out or reunite. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it too. Everybody reads them a little differently. Mitzi, thank you for the donation, guys. We are three donations away from unlocking the collective bonus once we have 5 donations. Whether you join the membership during the live show, or if you make a donation, you will help unlock the bonus for everybody. Virgo is up. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what the vibes are for you and the next lover. Bad timing. The universe isn't punishing you. It's protecting what isn't fully aligned yet. What's truly meant for you won't miss you. Interesting. So this is a connection of so this connection obviously is bad timing, but I do feel that there's something there. There's a spark, but there might be third party energy here, and that could be anything. What is the perspective here of this person? Remember, no reversals on initial story play. What immediately stands out here about you, Virgo? Oh, competition. I feel like you're dealing with an individual who is in another connection. I don't think that they anticipated this feeling. So they may be thinking more sexually, more than anything, lusty. Let's see what attracts. What draws them toward you? What is drawing them towards you? Oh gosh, be careful. Be careful. So this is your forewarning with this connection, Virgo. This is an individual here. They are going through a breakup. It's pretty massive. They are on the rebound. So I don't believe that this person is not necessarily over an ex. What draws them to you is that friction point here. They may even want to make, I know this sounds ugly, they may want to make their ex jealous. What makes you different from others? Gosh. So you have a lot of charisma to you with the Chariot energy. You know, Virgo, you may have Cancer in your chart, but I see this person sees you as someone who is a diehard. When you go in a relationship or when you make a connection, you are all about it and you put 100% in. Once you make that decision, you will do it. I feel like you're an individual here who say, I'll go with you. I'll be in the car with you. Let's go somewhere. All right. So this person here is attracted with the fact that you will always be there for them. That's how they view you. Doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be you. That's how they view you as an individual here that they can always fall into. Fall into. I feel like this person's going to yo-yo you between you and another person. Be careful. How are they showing up here? I'm telling you, they're not over. They're going to show up in a victim mentality. This is an individual here who's going to have puppy eyes. They're going to be mopey. They're going to tell you a really big sob story. Now, I'm not saying the sob story isn't real, but they are going to absolutely amplify it to get attention. You know, the bad timing here could be that they didn't anticipate. They might even say to you, I didn't anticipate to fall for somebody so quickly, but you know, I'm still getting over this. Using that kind of to entice you. What makes them attractive? Like, what are you attracted by? Oh, so Virgo, you may be an individual here. Like I said, you're the go-getter. So if you're an individual here who's there for people, or you feel bad for them, or hopefully you're not an individual here who likes to fix people, but maybe you are prone to that. This person here may get that vibe from you. So if you are an individual who's trying to get out of that and you are attracting that same energy here, this would be the test to test it again to make sure you don't fall for that again. Because I do feel that you're a person here who listens, has an understanding, but then there's just something here about this person. Hopefully they're not homeless and trying to come into your home, but there's just something here about the conversations. This person here really views you as someone who's very loving, sincere, open to hear them out. you're okay with this person, you know, talking about their ex. Yeah. I feel with the Hermit energy for you is that you see this individual all alone. You feel kind of bad for them, but they also have a very intellectual side to them. This is a person who's a deep, deep thinker. This is a person here who doesn't have a lot of people around them. Even if they do have family, I feel like this person's soul searching. And so with this Virgo energy, I feel like they're soul searching literally in you. So just be wary that this person here isn't just trying to take your fire, take your light, use you just to heal over another situation if they're not ready. What it may feel like to be with them. Yeah, honestly, I feel like this is more going to be based on sex. It's going to be very lusty. This is going to be very physical. It's not saying it's not going to be bad, but you know, with this in and out energy, it tells me beyond that, this person may not be able to give you anything else other than that energy. And I feel like this person likes to be chased because you're an individual here who's in the car. Okay, that's how they see you. What energy will they bring into your life here? The Queen of Swords, they're going to test your boundaries. Remember, I said if you've been through this before with another individual, like an ex, and this comes back around in a new person, you get to test the boundaries. You can detach from it. You have the ability here to say no. You can be very assertive and communicate well. Also, you don't have to overreact or over-explain because I feel like this Virgo tends to over-explain the situation. But what this brings to you is the fact that you have to detach from the sob stories with this individual. Hey, Bone, welcome on Twitch. I am on different streams. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Facebook. Most of the crowd is on YouTube, but we're still watching you on Twitch. I got my moderator over there. The star reversed. Okay. Again, this is about your light. What they're hoping this can be is that they're kind of looking for you to save them. You know, this is an individual here who has a codependence attitude, is not willing to be as vulnerable. I do feel that they may even, like I said, like the chase or keep you in that mode here of waiting. So just be careful with this person. Just be careful. Could be dealing with Aquarius. Green flags, what can be trusted, appreciated here with this? 10 of Pentacles. This may not necessarily end up as love. This may end up as just friendship because the timing is so off, because you may have to be very assertive and not want to wait for this individual. I do feel like this person's going to ask you to wait. Things to consider here about yourself. There's that waiting energy. You know, Spirit is just saying, do not let the situation here, because if you wait, and they always make me add the cards here, the Three of Swords, you may be heartbroken because there's an uncertainty here of like, should I stay or should I go? But Spirit's saying you need to live your life, you know, completely in the sense here. And if this individual is meant to be with you, it will line up the way it needs to be. But how you guys meet, the intensity is pretty darn hot. But I do feel like the way that you guys meet is something to do regarding their ex. All right. That's what I have here for you, Virgo. If that resonated or if you want to claim it, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. And we're going to move on to Libra. Hello, Holly. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Libra is up. Guys, we are 3 donations away. That is on YouTube only, Twitch and Facebook. You do get the perks of, you know, if the bonus gets unlocked. But basically, if the bonus does get locked, we unroll this. We unroll the dice here with the zodiac signs, and we see what rolls for you. Libra is up. Hello to you. And if you're wondering where everyone's chat is, you'll be able to see it on the live chat if it's not too small on your screen. If you're on mobile, it might be too small, but you'll be able to see everybody chatting on there from YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. Facebook tends to just be creepers, though. Guys, you're going to want to make sure you check your other placements as well. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Libra. Libra, your next lover. Let's see what the vibe is between you and this individual. What's the vibe here for you and this person, Libra? Oh, physical passion. This connection is charged with desire. Just make sure hearts aren't getting lost in the heat. So massive physical attraction with this individual right off the bat. All right, let's see what immediately stands out about you, what draws them toward you, and what makes you different from others. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. It will affect the rest of the reading. Here we go. King of Cups. Well, what immediately stands out about you is how loving, compassionate. You're an amazing listener. You're extremely intuitive. You may have water in your chart, but you're very loving. You're very affectionate. Physical touch could be your love language too. Okay. There's just something here about touch. Now, also, you know, the King of Cups can be someone here who's very well reserved, holds their emotions in, could be a little bit secretive. So this person here knows that you have a deeper side, very sensitive. What draws them toward you? Oh, your defensiveness. Get back. All right. So I feel like your defensiveness comes in your energy with how reserved you are. So this is a person here who like wants to know your story, but doesn't necessarily, you're not necessarily one who will just give it out or explain right off the bat. You know, you're not going to just talk to a stranger about that. So there is a little bit of a defensive energy about you, but they're intrigued by it. What makes you different from others that they've dated before here? Oh, how established you are, how put together you are. They see you as wifey or hubby material. This is probably something this individual did not anticipate. I think maybe it had started off as it's going to at least start off as a physical attraction. But I think this person here is going to fall for you pretty darn quickly. If they're drawn to you, hopefully they're not drawn to you just because you got some money on you, but I feel like it's because you're established and you're an individual here that they would, dote on, you know, admire. Hey, Karen, welcome back. Reversals are now up. How are they showing up? What makes them attractive and their current state here for you, Libra? Here we go. 10 of Swords here. Man, this card's coming out for everybody. Well, this is a person here who has obviously been through an ending. They've been betrayed. This person's got cheated on, but it is behind them. I think that this person here it has a mark on him or her. It could be the energy here of, you know, they could have children also, but I don't think that this is in their past. This is a person here who's looking to have a new beginning, a new start. They're not entertaining a past person. What makes them attractive? Look at this, 5 of Cups here, reverse. This came out in another reading. I think it was the first reading. Can't remember at this point because I'm reading them so many at this point. But this is an individual here who does not blame their ex, takes accountability for their portion, is looking for a deep connection, accountability, has no regrets at this point, and honestly does not even blame an individual if they got cheated on at this point because they know it's not personally their issue. They may have had to process some deep, energy of missing an individual or missing what they thought they had in a connection before, but they're not looking at the past anymore. They're not looking at the past. No. In fact, you may meet this individual while you're traveling. If you, Libra, have any kind of commute, or if you're traveling on train or bus or something here, I feel like you meet this individual traveling. This person's going to a place and you're going to a place. So the way you two meet is like on the road. What does it feel like to be with them? Wow. Queen of Pentacles. Could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It feels, I feel like the both of you are pretty darn established individuals here. This could be work related, honestly, Libra. This could be a work related romance, or you guys are in the same line of work, or you're both traveling for business of some sort. But what it feels like to be with them is almost like home. It's comfortable. A deep friendship. What energy do they bring into your life, Libra? The Eight of Swords here, reverse. You don't feel nervous around this person. You're not going to feel nervous around this person. This person's going to feel like home. You can sit with this individual and not say a damn thing. In fact, you may even see this, even though it's starting off here as physical passion, the connection is charged with desire. Just make sure your hearts aren't getting lost in the heat. I feel like when you do have that first connection, it's going to be so intense that it might scare you a little bit. But when you are leaning onto this individual or doing things that are, not in the bedroom or out and about here in real life, it feels safe. But in the bedroom, all bets off. All bets off. Guys, this could actually be a long-term commitment. I feel like this is a very spiritual connection as well. Heavily earth energy here. So you could be dealing, I'm seeing a lot of Taurus energy here, but it could be Virgo or Capricorn as well. Or this person is just very energetically aligned. I think that there might be an age difference between the two of you a little bit. Because I feel like there may be an age difference here. I don't know. I might have some female cougars here, but I think this person here, I don't know. I just heard teach me. I don't know. It almost feels like a student teacher kind of dynamic. So I don't know if it sounds taboo or if the age is a taboo, but it's not something that I think is going to be bad. I think it's just kind of sexy. Advice for you, Libra, dealing with this connection. Advice for you. Oh, strength. Okay. Resilience. I do feel this is you holding back. And I think the holding back part is you're afraid to get lost into a connection because of the intense heat. I feel like this is actually very traditional and surface on the outside, but behind doors, I don't know. It seems very sexy. It does. There's going to be a lot of pillow talk between you and this individual. All right. What the caution in here is to communicate. Let this person know how you feel. Don't let them guess. The more you can communicate and, talk about why you can be a little bit defensive, if there is something that triggers you about this connection, the more you are just open and authentic and let this person know, they will respect it. They will respect it. All right. That's what I got here for you, Libra. If you like this or you want to claim it, go ahead and do so. We're going to move on to Scorpio. Don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side. And you guys have, Libra, all my air signs, because the All Signs mid-month will be released on Sunday. Yes, it will be released on Sunday while I'm traveling. But the air signs get the premiere. You guys get it because Gemini's birthday. So make sure you tune in for the premiere. I may not be there for the premiere because I'm probably going to be on the road. But I'll try to tune in or pull over on the side and take a break and hang out with you guys. So look out for that on Sunday. It's actually scheduled out already. So it's in the upcoming schedule. Scorpio is up. Guys, we got a goal going on. We need 3 more donations, or if you choose to become a member at Harmonia Friends Community, whether it's through YouTube or my website, we will also include that as part of the donation tonight. Scorpio is up. Friskers. I'm so sorry, guys. It's the second time he did that. You need to stop. He literally knocked over my Stanley all over my keyboard. Hopefully that still works. I'll move it up. I have a very nudgy cat tonight. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Scorpio is up. Welcome back, Angel Eyes. Scorpio, here we go. All right, Scorpio. Let's see what this is going to vibe like. Your new lover. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What's going to vibe about this connection? Oh, a power couple. You amplify each other's gifts and elevate each other's goals. You're building more than a relationship. You're building an empire. Oh, boy. So the two of you are going to be a power couple. All right. What immediately stands out about you? What draws them to you? And what makes you different from others? Remember, no reversals on initial story of life. What immediately stands out by you? You've changed. There's a transformation. You have a rebirth energy. That's your card. I mean, that's your card. I feel like you know this person. Some of you, this is work related. Let's see what draws them to you. What draws them to you? Oh, you do know this person already. Now, you may not know this person, obviously, in an intimate way. You two could have been like 2 passing ships in the connection here. If you don't work together, you may work in different departments. Could be even a client as well, all right? But there's just something here about bad timing, destined. Both of you are single now. This feels like, this doesn't feel like a second chance. This feels like there was a false start with this connection, Scorpio. There could have been potential, like flirtatious kind of energy that started, but then maybe there's something about, maybe you work with this person and then they had to leave. They went somewhere else, or you did. What makes you different from others? Oh my gosh, so much. If you're showing up as the King of Wands, you're confident, You're sure of yourself. You're creative. You're an out-of-box thinker. You're very artistic. I also see the King and the Queen of Wands is very intuitive as well. Now, with the King, it's more of an aggressive area here of a go-getter, can come off as egotistical, but in a very loving manner because they take pride in what they do. But there's just something here about your passion, your desire, your creativity. It's off the charts, and this individual is very attracted to you. You're like the full package. They also are very physically attracted to you. Second row here, reversals are allowed. How are they showing up? What makes them attractive? And their current state here for you. How are they showing up here? Oh my gosh. Power couple. Boom. Why do I feel like this person's driving into town? The two of you are showing up as the King of Wands, right? Like-minded. You mirror each other in a lot. Very like-minded. What makes them attractive here? Oh, a little bit of a lone wolf. It's not that this person doesn't desire having a connection. It's a person here who's willing to wait for the right connection. And that part is sexy. This is an individual who's kind of like, and like I said, you guys mirror each other a lot. So you could feel this energy about yourself too. You're like, hey, that sounds a lot like me. But this is a person here who can go to the movies by themselves. They can travel by themselves. They don't necessarily need individuals by them, but they also can be very charismatic around people. They may even have like a sales job, but also they love the comforts of being on their own or one-on-one time when they are intimate. This is a person here who's very much a deep thinker, a soul searcher. There's something here. They may even love camping or just being in the great outdoors, being outside. This feels like a stargazer. This is a person here who would like to just sit by the fire. Current state of this individual here. Now with the 9 of Wands here reverse, this is usually something here where someone's so far off with their boundaries so high. But I'm seeing that this has to do with timing. So there's something about the timing of the two of you that, it reminds me of Chutes and Ladders, where I feel like you're going to be taking a slide and bam, you two are going to connect and kind of talk to each other. And you might have an epiphany moment of like, that's weird. Like we could have like actually got to know each other during this time period, but why didn't we? Well, they may have been in something, you may have been in something, but it's this growth that comes from the both of you. And this person may have had their walls really up high before, and it was hard to get to know this person. You see the glasses here? Well, the glasses are going to be off in the conversation. The glasses are going to be off. You're going to find out some things about why this person was so on guard or why they kept to themselves. You're going to hear a different story. It's not a bad one. What does it feel like to be with them? What energy do they bring in your life? And what are they hoping this could be? 8 of Wands here reversed. Well, I feel like what it's going to feel like to be with this individual is once, I don't know who's moving in town, if you're moving or if this individual is, but once they make a decision or you make a decision that you two are in this is a person here whose ways are going to change a little bit. So an individual here who used to travel a lot, go places, well, hey, they're not going on their own anymore. This is a person here who's like, if I have to stay put to see where this relationship goes, I'm willing to see where where things go. I think this is a person here who would relocate to be with you. What are they hoping this could be with the King of Swords? You see how the King of Swords is on top of this mountain? Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. There's just something about business. Like the power of two. Bringing two minds together. What are they hoping that this will be? The full package. The full package. This is an individual here, you know, like I said, they climbed the mountain here, but it's like, hey, let's put the effort into this together. If you're both showing up, if this is what this person wants with that, both of you coming up with the King of Swords. Let's communicate. Let's talk. Let's make this happen. What are they also hoping here? Look at this. 10 of Cups. This could also be a blended family. This could be a blended family. You know, bringing it together. Two different parts of the world. But I also feel like this will be a deep connection for you, Scorpio. I think if you're Scorpio and you're looking for love, you should claim this. I actually think it's really good. You know, this is a person here who's willing to go the distance with you and celebrate with you. And I do see the two of you actually forming a business together of some sort. And why does it feel like it's something to do with tourism or traveling? Final row here. Things to consider here. Well, the green flag is that it is the home. It is home. This is it. This is your person. That's it. This is a person here where it's business and pleasure all in one. You know, this is a power couple. Two very successful people coming in together, very much entrepreneurs. What requires awareness here? The awareness here has to do with the travel, the long distance in the beginning. Again, this comes in here is that it's going to be a little touch and go. But once things get started or once the two of you become committed in this connection, someone here is going to have to make a move. Whether it's you or this individual, I do feel like it's a relocation. All right, that's what I have here for you, Scorpio. If that resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below, or claim. And we're going to move on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius is up. Whose birthday is it? Did I miss a birthday? I have to scroll up. The feed's going too fast. I'm on multiple feeds. Welcome back, Nafa. Oh, it's Nafa's birthday. Happy birthday. Sagittarius is up. Oh, the sun is coming out already. I guess the storms are over. Guys, don't forget we got a goal going on. We need three more to unlock the collective bonus. All you got to do is donate, or if you choose to join the membership, the live membership here during this live, then we'll count that as well, whether that's on YouTube or on my website. And if you do join on YouTube, I suggest you do it on desktop because mobile jacks the prices up. It just simply does. It is not nearly as expensive on desktop, I promise you. That's not on me. It's because of the mobile apps. Welcome, Diana. I think I missed you. All right, Saggies, here we go. Nafa, thank you for the donation. We are now 2 away, 2 from unlocking the collective bonus. If we unlock that, we will let the dice decide. We will let the dice decide who gets the reading here. Here we go, Saggy. Let's see who this new person is like. What's the vibe between the two of you? What's the vibe? Oh, this card wants to come out, so I'm gonna take it. Cosmic connection. Thank you, Birdie. This connection transcends time, space, and logic. You've met in other lifetimes and other dimensions. Oh boy. 2 starseeds together. Oh boy. Oh boy. This feels like a deep connection, but this is going to feel like somebody that you've met before. Somebody you've met before. And it doesn't necessarily mean you've met them now. I'm just saying it's going to feel like that. Let's see what immediately stands out about you, what draws them toward you, and what makes you different from others. Remember, no reversals on initial story play. Sagittarius. Ooh, what draws them to you? Well, I think you're sexy. I think you're the full package. You're very artistic. There's just something about how you paint. Maybe you are creative, maybe you are a painter, but I just feel like there's something about how you paint a picture. You're very visual. So this person here is attracted to how you can make an idea and bring it to life. So you're incredible with you're like a visionary. Some of you an influencer of some sort. Now, if it's just something here where you're just very creative and artistic, this individual here is like in awe by it. Whether you're a writer, an artist, someone who has a hobby that you love and enjoy. What draws them to you? Oh, the star. Aquarius energy. Well, you're just shining. You're being seen, I think, by a lot of people. I feel like this is for a Sagittarius that's going to be getting some more than just attention from this individual. There's just something here about being seen, vulnerable. You're showing up as authentic. You're showing up as someone here who's very forgiving. You have faith. You believe. You trust. You trust in not just yourself, but in the universe. See how she's kind of floating a little bit? You trust deeply. Your magic, it's like an intuitive trust. I almost feel like you're a person here who, when you create, you are really connected to source, and it just kind of comes out with you. What makes you different from others? You want to get to know this individual. You want to start off with friendship first. You're not just going to jump into bed with this individual. You also are willing to hang out with them, ask questions. This is a teamwork effort. It's collaboration too. They're drawn to you, not because you're so artistic, but it's like you care about what they think. You care about their opinions, but you don't necessarily have to change your work for their opinions. But you're like, that's interesting. Tell me more. So this is a person here that I feel like I almost see you two walking into a museum together, or, there's just something here about looking at art together, looking at something as a vision together. This is someone here who, I don't know, you feel like you've known them all your life. It's almost like, two people who went to school together and through thick and thin have been there through all these years, almost like best friends right off the bat. But I just see the two of you spending a lot of time with one another in hobbies, after work, just hanging out, chilling. How are they showing up and what makes them attractive in their current state here for you? Reversals are now up. Five of Pentacles. Well, I can tell you this much. This is a person here of how they're showing up. It's when you are on your own. They're on their own too. You won't be alone for long. I can just feel like that. You're not going to be alone for long with this individual. This is a person here who would not reject you. They walk with you, even in your lonely time. What makes them attractive here? Wow. We have the Empress here. Look at that. There's more art here. What makes them attractive is they know your worth. I feel like this is more your energy. Whether you're a feminine or a masculine, I feel Sagittarius, it's more your energy. This is a person here who is a protector, understands what you're trying to create, what you would like in life. And this is a person here who would want to be there with you, evolve with you. They may put you on a pedestal a little bit. Their current state right now here. We have the Queen of Swords here reverse. I feel like this individual has actually, this is how you'll know. I think that they've kind of turned themselves off to love. Comes off as very jaded, more all business oriented. This is a person here who may be enamored by you, and that's why it feels like there's something here, but you see how they're checking their phone? There's almost like it starts off with deep discussion, opinionated. They're very opinionated, but there's just something here about the drive to get to know you. And this is an individual here who's trying to be more open to love. What they didn't expect here is to fall in love. So this is a person here who's kind of holding it back. What does it feel like to be with this individual? Four Swords, like home. Like home. You can have very long conversations with this individual. Both of you might have deep discussions about the past, but it's not something to compare the past with. It doesn't feel like that. It feels more the energy here of just like, recovering, home. What energy do they bring to your life here? There we go. Three of Pentacles is back. This is a person here who would build with you. This is a person here, like if you needed space here for however artistic you are, I can see them building a shed for you. I feel like this person's very hands-on, like if you're good at like being artistic, this person would be more structural. This person would be like, here, what do I got for you? Or I'll make this for you so that you can create. So this person here is willing to work with you. They want to grow with you, be established with you. This is a person here who want to renovate a home with you. What are they hoping that this will be? Well, with the Four of Wands here reverse, this tells me that there's something about this connection that feels like there is a push and pull energy. It may take some time for this to take off. It could be because of past heartbreaks, or hopefully this person isn't still attached to an ex where it does get in the way, or it could be distance that gets in the way. Again, it feels like a very spiritual connection, but at the same time, what draws the two of you together is the fact that you both come from frames here that were not unfinished business, almost it feels like. So it could be a very intense push and pull energy, runner chaser a little bit. So just be wary of that with this person. Yeah, she should. Yeah, green flag. This is genuine love. There's a lot of sincerity here. But, the other thing is to watch out for the Knight of Cups is it can be over romanticized. Making promises that they may not be able to do right off the bat. And it could be because of that Queen of Swords energy. A little reverse, that jadedness. That flag here is just watch out for a future tripper. An individual here who may promise you a little bit more than they can actually, anticipate because of something here that they're still going through or resolving at the end. But I actually see this actually taking off here for you. Again, here's the Page of Wands and you're showing up as the Ace of Wands. This is an individual here who would care for you. All right. That's what I got here for you, Sagittarius. If that resonated or if you want to claim it, go ahead and hit like, comment below. And don't forget, there's always more messages on the other side, Harmonia friends. We're going to move on to Capricorn. Capricorn is next. We are one donation away from unlocking our collective bonus. Why do my nails look like candy corn? Because it's ombre. It's showing up as candy corn in here because it looks orange. It's actually hot pink. But you're not the first person who said that. I don't mind it. I think they're fun. I wanted a fun summery color. Capricorn is up. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Don't be shy. Let me know you're here, whether you are on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Say hello. I got moderators on pretty much everywhere. You like it? I mean, no one said they didn't like it. I'm just saying most people say it's candy corn, and I agree with them. It does look like candy corn from far away, but it's actually hot pink candy corn. I would eat it. I love candy corn. Thank you, Angel Eyes. We did it. We did it, guys. Woo woo. Or you guys did it, really. Congratulations. We got the collective bonus. We got the collective bonus. So what does that mean? When we are done all of these readings, we're still going through them. We're still going through them. But we have Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, and Taurus left. But once that's done, we will roll the dice a couple of times. And if your sign comes up, well, that reading may be for you. It's an extra way to get the reading. Hey, Storm. You low-key love candy corn when the variety bags come around. I do too. I love it too. And I'm weird. Like I've done this since a kid. I eat the candy corn by the color. Like I nibble it. Like I have to nibble it on the lines. Did you ever do weird things like that as a kid? It's like the same thing with bugles. If like as a kid, I used to wear them as fingernails. You guys ever do that with the bugle chips? Put them on your fingers and eat them off your fingers. Still do it. If I had bugles, I would still do it. I haven't had them in a while, but if I did, I would do it. See, Mitzi still does it. See, we're all kids at heart. Mm-hmm. We're all just kids at heart. All right, you ready? Who's got Cappy in their chart? Capricorn. Capricorn, let's see what the love vibes are for you. Ooh, digital love. You're vibing through the screens, but don't romanticize a connection that hasn't been tested in real life. Some of you who are listening, pay attention to the live chat. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. Just saying. This is digital love. This starts off with, well, a digital connection. Could be online dating, or it could be community, online community. Could be gaming, online gaming. Welcome back, Norms. Kinda, welcome back. Could be that too. All right. First row, no reversals on initial story play. What immediately stands out about you? What immediately stands out by you? Well, you're an alchemist. You're focused. I think you're focused on yourself, to be honest, on whatever you're trying to create. You seem like your head is down, and I feel like you're looking. It's not saying that you have a particular relationship here. You're just kind of alchemizing, meaning that you are trying to manifest a love that you feel will be right for you. You're very patient, but I feel this energy here of being aligned with yourself. I always see temperance as an inner alignment. What immediately stands out about you? Well, the 7 of Cups. Well, look at all these cups. 7, 8, 9. Honestly, I feel what stands out about you is that you are not necessarily looking at this individual. I think that you have a secret admirer, Capricorn. I think that this is a person here who is wondering, hey, could I possibly be an option? Do they see me as an option? Would they see me as an option? They're hopeful. What makes you different from others? Seven of Swords, you're just so snaky. They don't know a lot about you. They only know about you from the surface. Remember what it says here. You're vibing through the screens, but don't romanticize a connection that hasn't been tested in real life. So this is an individual here that is curious about what goes on behind the scenes here in, your regular day life. You're mysterious. You got a mysterious side of you. A little sneaky. What makes you tick? This person's curious about it. All right. Let's see how they're showing up, what makes them attractive, and their current state. Reversals are now up. They will be affected by the first row. Here we go. Eight of Swords. Look at them looking at the phone here. This person's nervous to state something or to overstep the line. I think that they hold back too. I think that there's this energy of, I just feel that this person's instantly attracted to you. It's the back and forth, the banter, but you do make this person nervous. And I think the nervous part is would they be interested if I, DM them, if I had a one-on-one with them? What makes them attractive here? The Empress reverse. Well, there's something really that attractive about the Empress reverse. But here's the thing. To you, this individual, about this person is that they may have been through a very codependent connection. This is an individual here who is trying to find themselves, is working on themselves, but what attracts them to you is that there's their anxiety. I do feel like you got a clinger. I feel like this is a 5-stage clinger. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I do feel like the way you'll know this person here is attracted to you is the banter keeps going. And if it's something where they can, want to talk to you behind the scenes, this is someone here who would consistently check on you and see how you're doing. And that may feel like a little overbearing, but at the same time, that this individual cares. They're a little bit way enamored by you on what you're creating. I think that's the thing, is that there's kind of this energy of wanting to get to know you, open up. This person here has a lot of questions about you. They're not necessarily telling their life story, The focus is going to be you. What makes them attractive is that too, because this is a person here who does value you. Now, with the King of Cups here reverse, with their current state is that this person here has been burnt in a really big way. So this person here tends to play victim to old scenarios. They may replay that. They also may like to get their drink on. The truth serum may come out with this individual after they have a couple liquids of courage to say something to you. But here's the thing. This person is they're devoted, but I think that, they're nervous. What does it feel like to be with them? The Queen of Swords here reverse. You may have to put boundaries on with this individual. I feel like this individual, once you get to know them, because it's digital love, I feel like there's this energy of, not saying you're being catfished at all, but they may see more of you or be enamored by you that you may need to put some harsh boundaries on there. They may move really, really quickly. And so that may scare you off a little bit, Capricorn. I feel like you mean all business, or you want to start and say, hey, listen, I I want to get to know you. I'm open to this, but let's see where this goes. You know, I think that you're open to meet them for sure. What energy do they bring into your life here? The Knight of Swords. Look at this. This person does come off as a little bit controlling because of their past hurts. They just like to communicate with you a lot. So if you're an individual who likes your time and space, this is going to be a 5-stage clinger. I'm telling you right now, they may get easily hurt. They also may feel like you're playing games, but the thing here is that the way the person feels safe is by knowing where you're at. So that's something here. If you like to be very freely independent, may not jive your way. But I think if you give your boundaries right off the bat, it may settle this person down. What are they hoping that this can be? With the 8 of Pentacles here reversed, this is hoping that this individual, here's the thing, you are so not necessarily focused as much on a relationship as this individual is. So I feel that either you're business oriented, and most Capricorns are, but whatever you're creating or working on, it could even just be your well-being. You like to have your space, your self-care. And this is an individual here who may not be able to be on their own a lot. They like to be with you. And so this is the energy here where they're hoping that you will work less on yourself and more on this connection. Okay. Or showcase that. So that may be, a red flag for you. Things to consider. Hey, Debbie, welcome back. Two of Wands. Well, distance is going to be an issue. I also think there's going to be a trust factor here with this relationship, especially if it's long distance or if it's digital, where maybe you guys can meet once in a while. They have a trust issue. They want to know where you're at every single second. All right. It's just one of those individuals who's like that. So just be off on there. This person here, wants to move things, wants to feel committed here in that connection. Other red flags here with the 4 of Pentacles is holding on too tightly. So just be wary. This is a person here who does seem devoted to you, but they are very clingy to you. So if you like your time and space, you're going to have that hard talk with this individual. All right. That's what I have for you, Capricorn. If that resonated or if you want to claim it, go ahead. And we're going to move on to Aquarius. Aquarius is up. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus is up next. I'm the opposite clinging. Well, that person's definitely a clinger. But I can see it too, because if it's long distance, it could also create anxiety, wanting to know where you are, what's up, trying to keep the connection alive. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just something to be very wary of with this person. Stage 5. Stage 5 means like they're very obsessed. Never heard that saying, stage 5 player? Like, oh my God. I need some space. Tanya, do you do in-person readings? Just realized I actually do. I do virtual readings. I have done in-person readings before, but usually we meet up somewhere. But I do one-on-one live readings, so you don't have to come to me. But just reach out if you want to. I mean, we can figure something out. He's locking her up in the sheath shed. Oh, Birdie. You guys crack me up. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what your next lover is going to be like. Yeah, just reach out to me on my website or she's too funny. Aquarius, what's this love vibe going to be like for you and your new lover? Unspoken feelings. You're not imagining the undercurrent. There's an emotional charge here that no one's fully naming yet. Oh boy. So the two of you are going to be in pretend mode of like not admitting it first. That's going to be your next person. You're going to have to read between the lines with this individual. Aquarius, you're going to have to read between the lines with this person. Let's see what immediately stands out about you, what draws them toward you, and what makes you different from others. This is initial story play, no reversals. What draws them to you? Well, you're very established, you're very mature, business-oriented, grounded here. Could be a parent, whether it's children or fur kids. You know, I always see as the king and queen of pentacles. I don't want to take offense to this, but they're pretty boring. They're type A individuals. They're caring. They're very nurturing, but they don't like a lot of, they're not looking for massive excitement. This is a person here who's like, no, it's 8:00. It's bedtime. Let's talk again in the morning. Like they care, but you're very grounded on what you want. And so how this person views you is someone here who's pretty established. Let's see what draws them towards you. 8 of Cups. Well, that's usually leaving energy. So there's something in this connection about. Let me pull the other card here. What makes you different from others? Because I feel like that's going to connect with that 8 of Cups. Because it's not that I'm stumped with it. I'm getting a lot of different stories. Okay, yeah, the moon energy. So this is not a past energy. But there is a past energy that is still around you, whether you want them or not. This is an individual here who's drawn to you because you're done with the past. You're like, I'm done with it. I don't want anything to do with it. So emotionally, you feel very established and good. There's just something here about this could come from community, mutual friends, business. The two of you, I feel the way that you meet is through friendships, mutual people. Yeah. And what's different about you is you see how this emotion's kind of pouring into. This is the grief. This is the sadness of leaving this behind. Because I feel like this Aquarius had to move forward. As much as this hurt them to do so, they did anyway. So you may still have some energy here of deep emotions for a ex, but also deep emotions here with this individual who's been with you through this ex energy, if that makes sense. Let's see how they are showing up and what makes them attractive in their current state here for you. Reversals are now up. They will be affected by this. How are they showing up? Queen of Swords. So you could be dealing with another air sign. Could be another Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But I feel for you, this individual is a really good listener. They're not reactive at all when you bring up the past. This is a person here who would be very honest with you, authentic, detached. The Queen of Swords ain't going to show her feelings. It just isn't. I'm saying she because it's the queen here. All right. But this is an individual who's not going to be looking at their phone while on a date with you. They're going to be having the phone to the side here and paying attention to you. But they may not lead on with emotions here really in the start because they know that you're grieving. So this is for an Aquarius here who may still be grieving. What makes them attractive? The Two of Cups here. First, that they're single. they're not stuck on somebody. That they don't have any weird stories about crazy exes or anything like that. You know, in fact, I think what might attract you to this individual is they're very much a hard worker. They may have not really been in deep connections before, not because they didn't want to. It's just that they didn't find the person here who would be a right connection. I do feel like you're dealing with someone here who's very much a workaholic. I don't know if this person is a counselor, a lawyer, could be a doctor, but this is someone here who may not have had time for relationships, but there's something here about this connection here with you. Their current state here, Aquarius here. With the Magician reverse, I will tell you this much. If this person is circling you now, they are trying to manifest you to get over an ex. All right. I mean, they are trying to go against here a little bit of free will. They have a controlling state on here. So they're like, is Aquarius over this ex yet? Like, can we get this started? They haven't revealed their feelings yet. What's it going to feel like to be with them? And what energy do they bring into your life? And what are they hoping this could become? Eight of Pentacles here, reverse. Well, if this is a relationship that you think you're going to spend every waking minute with, it's not. Right? This is an individual here who they like to work. They do. They like a relationship here with you as well. But I feel that it's like, well, this could feel more like a companion more than it could extra love, right? But the feelings is the mutuality here is they do like spending time with you. The Hermit here, reverse, you could be this could be one of those relationships here where you come together when you both have needs and not necessarily something that's going to last forever. I do feel that someone here on the side is going to develop more feelings than the other. And I want to say I think it's going to be this individual because they hold back a lot. They want more. What are they hoping this to become here? The Nine of Pentacles here. A relationship that is established, but not taking away from their establishment and their dreams. All right. This is someone here who really is looking for companionship, but not necessarily mending families. This is not a traditional relationship. It's just not. It's not. It's more like, let's get together, let's have fun together, let's travel together. But, you have your life, I have my life. A lot of independence here. You're showing up as independent too. Needs mean like in the bedroom, connection, entertaining each other, intellectual conversations. You guys would both discuss that. Yeah. Yeah, there's a soulmate connection with this individual. It starts with deep friendship, but I also feel like this is friendship with benefits. I do. I feel like your next individual is going to be friendship with benefits. If this is your connective reading, you don't have to claim it. What requires awareness, boundaries, and patience here? Six of Swords. You got an individual here who does not like to open up emotionally and be fully committed when it comes to a long-term relationship. The long-term relationship almost feels like a transaction, to be honest. It feels like a transaction more than anything. I feel like this is definitely a friends with benefits. Someone here wants to have something more, but it's for emotional and lustful needs. All right. That's what I got. That's what I got here for you, Aquarius. We're going to move on to Pisces. Pisces is up next. Rated R, pillow talk. Yes. Is nasty in here? You guys are funny. Listen, I won't go certain ways in this channel because of monetization. Objects. What is going on in my chat? My chat just got rated R. Pisces. Pisces is up. We have Pisces, Aries, Taurus, and we still have the collective bonus. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, let's see what the love vibes are between you and your person, Pisces. Ulterior motives. Oh boy. Someone's words and actions aren't lining up, and that's not an accident. There's an agenda here, and love might not be it. Oh boy. So this is more of a warning reading, Pisces. This is more of a warning reading. Let's see what immediately stands out about you, what draws them toward you, and what makes you different from others. Remember, no reversals. What draws them to you? Well, you're a hard worker. Oh, God. This is money. This is money. What immediately stands out to you is how much effort that you put in connections into relationships. And what they notice, first thing they notice here about you and what draws them to you is money, inheritance. What makes you different from others? I want to say probably money. Ace of Swords. You're honest. You're truthful. This person here wants to take advantage of you in that. I feel like this person circles you around. I feel like you're going to have, I haven't even gone into their energy, but I feel like you got a love bomber. See this web? I feel like an individual here is going to love bomb you and try to sweet talk you because they know you got some of this. Now, it doesn't matter how some of you are like, I don't have any money. I just have a home. Well, that's, listen, some people think that's money, you know, just having a place to live. This person may be homeless. Who knows? Let's see how they're showing up. What makes them attractive in their current state? How are they showing up? Six of Wands, like they're top shit. Like they have it all. Like they're a winner. So I do feel like this person here is coming off as a show off. What makes them attractive? Well, because listen, I think this person is very well liked. I think a lot of people like this person. But what draws you to this individual is something doesn't feel right either. You're like, I feel like there's more to the story, but I can't quite put my finger on it. I'm not sure I should go down that path. Could be dealing with fellow Pisces here, but I feel like that's you. I feel like that's you. The current state of this individual who says they're on top or they're liked by a lot of individuals. Four of Wands. Well, this person's involved. Be wary of the nice or good girl. The nice guy or the good girl. I think this individual is looking for another place. They're looking for an out of a relationship. They do have an ulterior motive here, and it's because of this relationship. Not your relationship with them, another relationship. Be wary. What does it feel like to be with them? What energy do they bring in your life? And what are they hoping this could be? What energy they bring into this is using you. Using you. They know how much time and effort that you put in, and you're an individual here who would wait. So this is a person here who would say, wait for me. I promise you, it's over. What are they hoping here? Look at this. The 10 of Pentacles is showing up. What energy they're bringing here is like, oh, I'm home. Look. They're just moving straight on in. They're bringing their whole family over there. This person's living a double life. I feel like the energy of what this person brings is a double life. You know, they come off as someone that's very well liked, but also they got another side story here. What are they hoping this could become here with the 5 of Wands here reversed to make someone else jealous? A place they can run to. Let me tell you, this is a relationship that would go back and forth between you and another person. I do feel like this person wants to look great, but also wants to pull in the energy of like, okay, what can I make this? How can I make myself look better? Advice for you. Six of Pentacles. That's reciprocity. Don't accept crumbs. Don't accept crumbs. This individual doesn't have much to offer you. Okay. What requires awareness, boundaries, patience, and discernment? It's going to take some strength because this person is a sweet talker. And there's going to be pride in this issue here because an individual may say to you, I've changed, I'm going to change. No, they're not. They're not going to change. All right. So just be wary of this individual. That's what I got here for you, Pisces. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. And we're going to move on to Aries. Aries is up next. Yeah, I've been there before. I hear you. I hear you. Well, if it's a reading that comes up for past energy, this is what I like to tell individuals when a reading comes up, because these are timeless readings, right? So if it's like, oh my gosh, it sounds like my ex or sounds like what I just went through. Well, there's something in that story that's ready to be released. There's something. So it's a new perception here. It's something that you've shed. So it's a good thing. All right, we have Aries, Taurus, and don't forget, guys, we still have a collective bonus, so don't go anywhere. We're going to roll the dice soon. We're going to roll the dice soon. I got to give some attention to Friskers. He's right behind me on the chair, and he's like, why are you still reading? At least he's not on the table. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what the love vibes are between you and this individual. What are the love vibes between you and this person? Oh boy, so there's a lingering ex in this picture. Whether they're still talking or just secretly hoping an ex is impacting how this connection is unfolding. All right, so there is a lingering, whether it's your ex or their ex or someone here who's lingering in this connection. What immediately stands out about you to them, their perspective? Remember, the first row is no reversals. You're very optimistic. You're open. You know, there's a little naive side to you, but you're open to give something a try. And so this individual here sees that as an opportunity, almost like as an opportunist. What draws them toward you? Four of Pentacles. You're not an individual here that would be a player. When you are in a connection, like that's it. You would take, like, you're not a person here who would speed date. This is for an Aries who's like, yeah, I like once something's established or I'm trying to, like, you couldn't date multiple people, not this Aries. So if you can, this is not your reading. I think that this person here, the reason they're drawn to you is that you're pretty established, but you like to have that one deep connection. What makes you different from others? Well, they're not used to that. Obviously, because I think that this is an individual here who goes around quite consistently with exes. This is a person here who probably is still friends with their exes if they're not still involved. Some of them maybe, not all of them, but this is a person here who's left relationships open. They haven't closed the door. You close your door on old relationships, but you're open to new relationships. So there's just something, well, I'm open to it, but I can't manage all these other exes or that energy. So you're not an individual here who would linger that. Let's see how they're showing up, what makes them attractive in their current state. How are they showing up? Well, there's an instant attraction with this individual. You have a good time with them. They're a lot of fun. This is a person here that would probably do off-beaten things with you. You know, it's not an individual here who would just say, hey, let's cuddle on the couch. I mean, maybe if it led to the bedroom. But I feel with the Ace of Wands, it's more like, let's have fun. Let's have a good time. A lot of laughter, you know, and that's that optimism here where it's like, this excites me. This is fun. What makes them attractive? Well, I think this person has two sides to them. They can be very out there, but also very well reserved. So they make you think. You know, this is an individual here that actually seems very patient. I think that's why they keep this so open with their ex energy, is that it's not an individual here. I don't think this is actually a bad energy. I think it's a person here who lingers in that energy because they don't want to come off as, I think they have poor boundaries. And so this is an individual here who's trying to see both perspectives of everyone's story. So there's something spiritual about this person as well. Their current state here with the Queen of Swords energy here is, you know, the current state of this person right now is they're trying to stay in their lane. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy comes strongly. This is a person here who may be trying to detach from love a little bit, showcase a more reserved side. Maybe they used to be a player back in the day, but I feel like this person's not a player anymore. They're trying to really work on their finances. They're being very logic when it comes to love. They have poor boundaries, though, and they know they need to be more honest and truthful about that. They are authentic. So, I mean, they're not hiding anything. This would be a person here who would show you the phone. What does it feel like to be with them? I think the hard part is there's still another individual here who plays victim to this individual. Sob stories, could be an ex, like I said, or smother mother. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. Whether they are still talking or just secretly hoping, an ex is impacting how the connection is unfolding. So they're very divided because of this energy still. But obviously they want to put the attention in here with you, or they wouldn't have started it. Yeah. The Nine of Wands, this person has poor boundaries. The thing is this person drops things for other people that they shouldn't be dropping it for anymore. So it makes it difficult to really connect with this individual because they either go missing or they say they have to go somewhere and they're honest with you, but it's like, seriously, why are you dealing with that still? What are they hoping that this will become? Honestly, they're hoping, I mean, with the Page of Cups energy is that that they can be more open and sincere with you and spend more time with you, but it's not the Knight, it's a Page energy. So this is an individual here who wants to take a shot with you, wants to eventually establish, but also still has a lot of this energy of the past on them. Things to consider. What to watch out for. No reversals on this. Well, the green flag here is the King of Wands energy, and I feel like this is you. This person respects you, but at the same time, there may need to be a conversation here if this makes you like a little annoyed. Like, you know, I think this person here knows that they need to address something as well. This person admires you in a big way. The flags here, I mean, this is going to take some patience. You know, this person does want to pour into this connection, but until that lingering X is out of it, or at least with proper boundaries, Sagittarius energy, this individual here will put the time and effort into this connection once they set those boundaries, but they have to set them. They have to set them. So that could be a rough start here for the beginning of this relationship. I do think you're going to have a lot of fun with them, though. All right, that's what I have here for you, Aries. If that resonated or if you want to claim it, go ahead. And we're going to move on to Taurus. Taurus is now up, and it's not our final reading. No siree. We still have a collective bonus. We do. But we do have the bonus coming up, and we have over 2 hours. So if you guys are watching the live or catching the replay, this will be the time here to make sure you hit like. Let me know that you're here in the comments. Go ahead and put in bonus with whatever sign that you want to roll. And don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. There's 2 ways to join. Yes, you can go over to my website and get the access to the entire vault. It's not just vaults and readings over there. There's teachings over there. So if you are passionate about your self-development work, getting to know yourself, or you want to get more into divination work, I teach that over on Harmonia Friends Community. But you can also get premier access on YouTube. And the best way to join YouTube is through the desktop. Mobile you can, but it's expensive. And I can't be responsible for those charges. So go on desktop to join. It's cheaper. All right. Star, you ready? I'll have Star do it. And Debbie or Mitzi, would you guys mind being the backup? Either one, whoever's on. I just want to make sure when we do the faded dice. All right, Taurus. We have Taurus. I just meant, are you ready for when we're doing it? Okay, so we'll have Star and we'll have Debbie. Yeah, I just want to make sure you're ready, like it's coming up. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Here we go, Taurus. What are the vibes between you and this person? Well, it's a very comfortable connection. This is the kind of connection that doesn't require performing. You can be messy, quiet, soft, or strong and still feel accepted. This feels cozy. This feels nice. This feels like one of those connections where you guys can both enjoy a nice cup of coffee in the morning or in the sunset here, whether it's coffee or tea. It's relaxing. It feels nice. Let's see what immediately stands out about you, what draws them toward you, and what makes you different from the others. No reversal on initial story play. It will affect the rest of the reading. Your heart. Honestly, this reminds me of the Two of Cups. And so what I feel what immediately stands out to you is that this is a Taurus here. I feel like this Taurus here is uncertain if they want to be open to love again. And so you're kind of back and forth. There's times where you're like, yeah, absolutely, I'm ready. And then there's other times where it's like, I think I'm good on my own. So I do feel like this is a strong friendship. What draws them toward you? Friendship. Friendship. I think that's why they look at this. You're like, could they be open to love again? There's a deep friendship between you and this individual. What makes you different from others, Taurus? What makes you different from others? 10 of Wands. You know your limits. You see, you've been honest with this individual. I don't think you see this person necessarily as love because you're in denial, okay, about this connection. So this is like, no, we're just friends. So some of you are in this already, but others of you, I feel like it's going to start with really deep conversations, friendships, very platonic. When it comes to love, you're very honest about it. You said I had my limits. Some of it's like I'm too bothered to be on there anymore. But at the same time, you just, what they're drawn about is your limits. But you go back and forth. Let's see how they're showing up and what makes them attractive in their current state here. For you, reversals are now up. Oh, could be dealing with a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. This is friendship. It's deep friendship. They're showing up as someone here who cares. They're very authentic, very well spoken, very intelligent. I feel like there's a lot of intellectual conversations that go on between the two of you. And I think the discussion has a lot to do with past grief, sadness. This is a person here you just easily open up to. What immediately stands out to you about this individual is they're wise beyond their years. They're an old soul. Some of you are like, wow, I would never have considered it that way. And they're very well spoken. What makes them attractive here? Well, with the Ace of Pentacles here reverse, it tells me an individual, because usually this is about loss and not giving. They are not trying to force a connection with you. If you say no, or if you say I'm not interested, they go, okay. They respect it. They create room and space for things to evolve naturally, but they're not going to push it. And so I feel like this feels safe for this Taurus, because I feel like this Taurus would be the one who want to initiate it if there's something more. So this individual here feels the friendship is worth more than anything, and they don't want to take that away. So if they did offer you something, something would have felt a little bit more flirtatious, they really care and respect you. They won't push you on it. Their current state here, oh my gosh. Gemini energy. Gemini strongly. This person has a lot of love and respect for you. I think you already know who this person is for some of you. Others of you, when you meet this person, honestly, it's just someone here you have a really good time with. It reminds me a lot of the story of, God, what's the movie? Harry Met Sally. That's what it reminds me a lot of. It reminds me a lot of that. you know? If you're cross-watching, you're going to have to change the story and flip to your narrative. Okay? Don't force anything to fit, though. What does it feel like to be with them? Gosh, even this is a card where it's like loss, rejection. Do you see how the two of you, even through like being like the two of you are not going to be lonely? It's more like, hey, I'm really sad, or hey, I had a really bad day. They're like, oh, I had a bad day too, or let's hang out together. You just joined. Cool. Welcome. I think that this person here is an individual here that won't try to sabotage the friendship if you're not ready. What energy do they bring to your life here? Oh my gosh. I think there's some nervousness here because it might be you who's fearful, because I feel like the fear comes with changing this friendship dynamic into love, is, fearing the worst case scenario, because I think it's important for both of you, this connection. But this is a person here who's chosen you over and over and over again, or will continue to do so. They're not in a rush. They are absolutely not a rush in here for you. Yeah. The 9 of Pentacles here, and I feel like this is the energy of like, and this is clearing this, okay? There's a codependence kind of energy, but I don't think it's bad. I think this person, what they're hoping is that you will be more open to lean in on them. Be like, allow them to be some of your security fully, because I think that you have a hard time being vulnerable when it comes to the emotions. Because I see all pentacles here, all swords, but the cups here are kind of missing right now. And so, like I said, this is a slow burner relationship, and Taurus does like stability. They're not in a rush. Advice for you with this individual. Remember, no reversals on the advice cards here. Look at this. Just be optimistic. Join in on this. Love it. Have fun with it. I just think that, take your time. Take your time with this. For those of you who are commenting, join. These are not personal readings tonight. Sorry, guys. There's no queue on Twitch. I think that this is going to actually turn into something solid. Something super solid. I do feel like this is a person here who would be deeply committed to you, but they're not gonna push you. This is something when you're ready to lean into, when you're ready to try it, they're there. They're ready. They're absolutely ready. Okay. Or when this starts getting established, you'll know. All right. That's what I have here for you, Taurus. If you want to go ahead and claim that, hit claim or like it. And we're going to move on to our collective bonus here. Don't go anywhere, guys. We got a collective bonus. Like a gypsy card deck. The Sacred Tarot, this deck. All right, we got the collective bonus. This is where you guys put your energy into the chat. Make sure you do a roll call. Who's still here? Who's still here for the collective bonus? We still got to roll the dice. We're going to be rolling the dice here a couple of times. So, obviously you're going to want to put your placement in the chat, because you never know what's going to roll. And the more placements that come out, that reading may be for you. Okay. But if they don't show up and you still feel guided to listen, then just listen. Trust your intuition first. That's the most important thing. It is the most important thing. All right, this is the final reading for tonight. I do have a couple announcements to make because I'm typically live over on the weekends, and I will not be live this weekend because I will be traveling. But make sure you guys, if you have air in your chart, make sure you guys stay tuned on YouTube for the premiere on Sunday. I'll try to make the premiere on the live chat. I can't guarantee it because I'll probably be driving. But it's going to be showcased for you. This is part of the All Signs mid-month. That is also released on Sunday. So my members, if you want to look at your All Signs mid-month for the rest of June, that's released on Sunday. Whether it doesn't matter what membership you're in, you'll get it. Okay. And that's the full reading for all of the signs here. But if you are in publicly, you can get the air signs reading here alone. Also, for the All Signs week ahead, typically that's Saturday. I will be doing that live on Monday at location in Delaware, hanging out with my family. So make sure you come and join me on Monday evening at, what is it going to be? It's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, 6 p.m. CT. So I'll be on 7. All right, let's roll it. Here we go. Cancer. Cancer is here. So is Sagittarius. Let's see what else we got. Oh, this one kind of was on the side, but we're going to take it. Gemini. Gemini is here. Capricorn. Capricorn is in the house. The bulls are back. And one more. Libra. Libra is here. So those are the signs for the evening. If you have any of those placements in your chart, this reading may be for you. We are going to go a little bit deeper because this is the collective bonus. Thank you, Star and Debbie. So we have Cancer, Sagittarius, Gemini, Capricorn, Taurus, and Libra energy. If any of these elements are in your chart, then this reading may be for you. But like I said, if you feel guided to listen, then just listen. Just listen. Here we go. Collective. Who is this next lover? What is the vibe between the two of you? Soulmate bond. When you know, the soulmate connection is deep and real. This is that no explanation needed kind of love. So this is nice. I love soulmate energy. Let's see what immediately stands out about you, what draws them toward you, and what makes you different from the others. Remember, no reversals on initial story play as they will affect the rest of the reading. What immediately stands out about you? Ooh, you're a firecracker. You're adventurous. You're a little bit of a player. I don't think you play games. I think it's an individual who's playful. You're daring. You're a little bit competitive. This person here sees you as someone here who is very witty, sarcastic. You're a firecracker. So I feel it's almost like you're very quick with your return when it comes to conversation. You know, you can come off as very playful. You like a good challenge. What draws them toward you? Ooh, look at all this fire energy. More Leo energy here. Honestly, your confidence. You are confident, a little egotistical, but they like that about you. Come off a little bit as cocky. You know, you come off as strong, like resilient. You know, if you get criticism, you're an individual here who lets it roll off your shoulder and you're like, yeah, that's what built me. Like, I just feel very confident. Not saying you're a show off, but you don't let someone here put you in the corner. They're attracted to that. There's a softer side of you too. You know, your pride can get hit. What makes you different from others? Oh, you are an individual. See, this is the pride part. You're a person here who, obviously you have feelings, but when you have deep feelings, you're not going to hold a person to it. You're going to detach from it. What draws this individual to you is that it's almost like, again, rolling off your shoulders, no hard feelings. You move on pretty quickly. You're not sitting here dissecting the situation or verbiage. You would rather have direct communication. You are in a mode of let's move forward. Let's not move backwards. You're not a person here who's like, we need to talk about everything in the past and all the trauma. You're like, we need to move forward. Let's talk about this happiness. So that's what draws them to you, is that you're very forward thinking. You're not an individual here to like get stuck on the past. Let's see how they're showing up and what makes them attractive in their current state. Reversals are now up. 9 of Cups. This feels nice. I just feel like this is an individual here who shows up very relaxed, caring. I do feel like they're hiding a little bit of something here behind those glasses. Not necessarily. Could like to have their drink on here. This person likes to have a good time, a foodie, foodie or drinker. But this is an individual here where you can have really deep conversations, playful. It's comforting. It feels like home. What makes them attractive? With the Lovers here reversed, so the big thing is that this individual doesn't utilize other people to get your attention. And so that is a big green flag to you. They're not involved with other people from their past. They're a person here who's like, hey, I'll choose you if you choose me, kind of thing. So it's very mutual with this individual. I feel, again, there's no games played. And so you see this as an individual here who may have made poor choices in the past, but they're really laid back now. They're chill. Okay. They're very single. They're not, they're willing to wait for the right connection. Current state here with the Knight of Wands here reversed. Yeah, I feel like this is the energy, this is usually energy of the player. But I feel that the current state here is this individual is trying to mirror back your confidence. It's not necessarily working as well as it is for you. Okay. I actually think that this person's trying to mirror it, and it's kind of going like, this person isn't really a player, but they're kind of coming off as like, yeah, I'm confident. Yeah, I don't need that. But you are kind of having that playful energy. So they're not as suave as you are. This person is really crappy at flirting too. I will be honest. But it's in a very endearing way. It's not in a bad way. It's almost like they trip up. This is an individual here who would try to I don't know. I see them almost like falling or slipping or like going to pour a drink and it's all over the place. Like they're not as suave as you. Klutzy. This person's klutzy. How they're appearing right now, klutzy. I think they've fallen for you. I think that's really what it is. What does it feel like to be with them here? With the 10 of Swords here reverse, it's just it's like a breath of fresh air. You're not necessarily, this is not something here where it's like you are wallowing in the past and talking about each other's heartbreaks. It's nice because it feels like a clean slate, the two of you. This is something here where you've both been hurt. Mutually have both been hurt in a bad way. What energy are they going to bring to your life here? Look at that star. It's going to be a very healing relationship. I like this for you. This is a very healing connection. Aquarius energy. I think that you're going to find that this person develops feelings for you first. But I think it's actually mutual, but this person here kind of lets it out in a very clumsy way. And you're going to just know it. Right? They may even say I'm embarrassed by it. But look how deep this connection is. I think the two of you are going to laugh about it. Remember, we always go one row deeper on the collective bonus here. Yeah, the High Priestess. There's more here. There's more here. I think the secret devotion here is that this person here really was really going to fall for you. And if they try to say that they're fine too, let's keep it casual, they don't want to keep it casual. You may have said that. No, with the King of Cups energy, this is an individual who holds back their emotions a little bit. Again, the sunglasses here, there's more than meets the eye here. They're very sensitive too. They have a soft side. So even if you do poke fun out of this individual, just so you know, their feelings do get hurt. They'll get over it, but they do have a soft side to them. They're very in tune to you. How so? Yeah. Through thick and thin. This is a person here is like, even if you don't pick me and you say we're going to be friends, I'll stay with you by your side. I'll just pretend we're just friends, but there's always going to be more feelings here. They are. Even if this person says where you say, let's just be friends, I think this person will say that, but I don't think they'll be able to do it fully. I think that's the klutzy part about it. What are they hoping that this can be when this connection is like developed here? Look at that. Ace of Cups. They hope it's mutual. There's a lot of love here. I just think there's just something here about fumbling. And I think the fumble has to do with trying to mirror back that they want to keep it casual or let's just be friends. But this is a person here who obviously doesn't want to just be friends. They want something more here with you. Advice for dealing with this individual. This one's really wanting to come up. King of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Just be honest. Conversations and communications are going to be extremely important in this connection. Going to have to be very logical, but at the same time, just be authentic, truthful. You may have to set some boundaries, especially when it comes to this, like, what are you hiding kind of energy? Because this is something where when an individual says that they're going to put an effort or work into it, they're going to stick to it. With the Eight of Pentacles, it's someone here who really does mean business, and they mean business and saying, I'm serious about this connection. So this is not an individual here that is, a player, put it that way. All right. That's what I got here for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the readings tonight. Thank you so much all for joining, for those of you who are here live. But also special shout out to my not just the sponsors, but also to my moderators, because man, I wouldn't be here without you guys. I do appreciate you. You guys take care, and I will see you back on Monday evening. Don't forget the premiere on Sunday. Have a good weekend.